To mess with Justin, don't talk to me. Joey is in the chat trolling on Instagram. So if you're not aware and you're just catching this, we're streaming on Instagram, Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, and Periscope. We are 5 subscribers actually away on YouTube from 2,000. That's pretty cool. Yeah, so I wanted to talk about a specific plant. If you didn't know from the title already, we're going to be talking about cryptocorynes today and kind of their care, if they're a good beginner plant, and what to expect with them and all that. So if that's a plant that you've been looking at growing or getting, this is going to be the stream for you. So I'm just going to give it another moment for people to join, because I also want this to be a Q&A as well. Jake's in. Yeah, I am late. Jake, make sure you share the stream, because this one should be a good one, I would think. And everybody else, you could share the stream too if you want, because I appreciate that, and you guys would rock. You guys already rock, but you would rock more. Okay. Alright, so I actually kind of thought this out thoroughly here. And I have some plants around me. Actually, YouTube can see. How do I leave hearts? Don't tell me what to do. Hit the heart button, the like button, the share button, all that good stuff. All right, so let's see. We're just starting to get a bunch of people in here. What's going on, John's Fish Room? What's going on, D Nice? Congratulations on reaching 2,000 subscribers. I don't think I'm at 2,000 yet. Am I at 2,000? Did I just crash that? Nope, I'm at 1996. Either works, birds. We. Thumbs up, hit already. Thank you. I appreciate it, D-Nice. Alright, so let's see here. We got about 11 people on YouTube. I'm going to give it another minute. YouTube is a bit finicky with getting notifications out to people. Love here from the Philippines. Well, welcome, Gabriel. Thank you. I appreciate it. So let's just touch on this past weekend. We had the huge Memorial Day sale, and I just want to say thank you to everybody that purchased. We had like 60 plus orders, and the tank, one of the tanks is almost completely empty, and that was just great. What's that? Actually, no, let me see that. That's my stand design, the one that I'm failing at miserably. Look, I did all this creative planning on AutoCAD and all that, but it still sucks. So.
Do you need this mortgage?
No, that's garbage. Oops, that wasn't for here. Send nudes. Joey, I'll send nudes for a price. Let's see. Hey, Justin, just noticed that AOM. How does the sharing and like button help your channel? Well, sharing the stream with other people, it gets them, maybe somebody isn't aware of H2O plants. Obviously, we only have like 2,000 people that follow the channel and Instagram and all that stuff. So there's always time for people to learn about it and get into it. So you may have some friends that never heard about the company. Also, liking helps boost the video in YouTube's ranking and Facebook's ranking and all that. So it's more suggested to people. So I really appreciate all that. I figured you were the type that needed crayons and pictures to explain something to you. I think that word might have autocorrected on you. But yeah, no. Listen, I know AutoCAD, alright? I did fancy stuffs with measurements and all that, but my stand is still unlevel and crooked, so we'll figure it out though. This weekend I'm planning on finishing it. Let's see. Just start a new one. Yeah, I should. At that point, I should just throw that one out and give up. Alright, so I think we have a lot of people in here now. We're going to start getting into cryptocorynes. Experience wasn't supposed to be in that.
Garbage?
No, keep that. Let's receipt. Tax deductible. Alright. But I don't care what I type. Rest in peace, autocorrect. Alright, so we're going to talk about some cryptocorynes today. That's what this stream is going to be about. And we're going to kind of get into the care, if they're a good beginner plant, and what to expect with them. And I'm going to show you a couple different varieties. I actually have several different kinds. So let's get into what they are. So cryptocoryne is a type of rosette plant. Also similar to an Anubis. It kind of has a finger-like rhizome in a sense. So this is a Crypt Wenditti brown here. And you can actually see it's got somewhat of green leaves. And that's actually this variety, when they grow in the wild or grow outside immersed, they grow green leaves. And then they turn into these brownish leaves. And there's other types. There's red, green, a bunch of different ones. This just so happens to be the one that I pulled out of the tank. Justin will read anything from the chat. Joey, Mr. King, please. Yeah. So, Cryptocorynes. Right. So, Crypt Wenditti, most common one. You can see here, this is a rather large one in the sense of, you know, the leaves are nice and big. This is a smaller one, so you can see the size can vary on these. It really depends on the setup, the type of tank that they're in, what kind of substrate they have, and all that. So you can see that the size varies. And how these things basically grow is they grow along this little rhizome here that's underneath the leaves, right? And it's got a bunch of roots that come out from there. And actually from this rhizome, it will produce new plants out of that, which I'll show you in just a moment with another plant. So new plants will grow up out of that, and that's how you propagate that. And I'll also demonstrate how you would actually propagate these. When you first get these in your tank, crypts go through this transitional phase more than most other plants. They will usually shed all their existing leaves within the first couple of weeks. Meaning you'll lose pretty much all the growth on here and new growth will start to pop up. So I have here Crypt Parva, and I'm going to actually demonstrate that with you. So this is Crypt Parva. This is one of the smaller species of crypts. So these would be great for like a nano tank under like 10 gallons if you want to carpet. You could carpet it in a bigger tank. It's just going to take a very long time. These grow extremely slow. Crypts in general grow really slow. And you see here it's got these big leaves, right? And these were all the immersed grown leaves here. But these can just peel off, right? And because this is already yellowing, you could see the difference in color, yellowing, and this is like a dark green, those smaller leaves, right? That's what you're looking for. So this is garbage, those bigger leaves that are just curling out here. But you could peel these old leaves, and these old leaves will melt on their own. You don't necessarily need to peel it off. But when you peel off the leaves and get rid of the growth that's going to die, it actually makes the plant healthier. And you can see, you know, this is how big really it's going to get. I mean, you're going to see a ton more leaves on here over the course of several weeks to months. But it stays rather small, so this is great. How you actually want to plant crypts, I'll show you here. Hopefully this demonstration works. Right, you can see the bucket here with the substrate in it. So you're gonna bury them just so the tops of that rhizome looking part is under the substrate. So let's see. No, let me get it closer to the edge so you can properly see it. If it wants to stay in the right position, cooperate. I need more phones to troll on all platforms. You do. You definitely do, Joey. So, not the best. There's like a leaf in there. Move out of the way, leaf. Okay. So, you can see there, you plant the rhizome under, but leave the top of it exposed. And that's the best way to plant crypts. So they're really easy plants to grow. They're going to shed their leaves when they first get in your tank, and they're going to adjust to it. Collab with Justin. I'm heading there in a few weeks. Gonna piss his pants. Oh, gonna piss in his tanks. Joey, you're not allowed to piss in the tanks. I like Margaret's outfit today. They like your outfit.
They can see me?
Yeah.
Oh. Hey.
Well, YouTube can.
I
So
got the Jehovah Witness look going on.
I'm gonna tip any tank over that I don't like. Oh jeez. Well, easy there. The stands might not be that sturdy. So Crypt Parva, the smallest of the crypts. There's larger ones, like Crypt retrospiralis is actually quite large. This one is Crypt lutea, and this one is a larger crypt. As you can see, it's a much bigger bushier plant, and the leaves will just kind of get bigger and bigger as they go along. So this is a bigger variation, just so you can see they do range in size. What are crypts' lighting requirements? So crypts virtually are all low to medium to high light plants. They can withstand low light just fine. Their leaves are going to get either bigger or smaller depending on the crypt species, and with the high light they might adjust and change colors. Rip plants out randomly and be like, this don't go here, that don't go there. Is this still alive, Joey? You're such a troll. So crypts can go in virtually any light of or any tank with any light. It works well.
Are you using my cards?
No. They also grow in tanks with no light. We have vases upstairs that have virtually no light to them, just window light, and they're growing just fine. So you've seen Crypt Lucia, Crypt Wenditti Brown, Crypt Parva. Here's Crypt Lucian, and no, that's not Crypt Lucian. So this is Crypt Lucian right here, right? And this has it's a lot like Crypt Parva, but a bit different. Crypt Parva lays kind of flat, where this the leaves stick kind of straight up. And you can see here, these are more the immersed grown leaves, and then these smaller ones are the new submerged grown. And they're very tiny, but it is bigger than the Crypt Parva. And these actually tend to grow faster than Crypt Parva. Crypt Parva being a very slow growing crypt. But you can see here on the rhizome, you can see a couple different sections here. Right, let's just show you Facebook and Instagram. So you see those couple different sections at the base where they split. So these are actually a couple different plants that you could just pull apart here and get several plants. So you could literally just, I'm just going to pull that out, and that's a new baby plant right there. Then you can plant this, and it will continue to grow, and it will get, is this live, Joey? You're such a troll. There she is. Joey can see you finally.
What he has to do is ask. Where are you, Joey?
He's on all of them.
Hey, Joey. I'll leave you for Justin.
Oh my god. So anyway. So you can see here now this is a new plant. So crypts do best when you leave them be and don't uproot them, don't move them around. Literally just plant them where you want them and let them be. And they will actually grow faster the longer they're left alone. And this is what happens. They'll produce babies off the offshoots. So probably every couple months you can uproot it and remove these portions here and spread them around if you want. But it's typically best to leave these intact as long as possible. And that's really what you want to do with propagation of crypts. So let's see, I showed you those. So let's go into some rare crypts. And if you guys have any questions about crypts specifically, feel free to ask. I wasn't subbed. Now when he hits 2,000, I can unsub. Why you gotta be such a troll, Joey? I'm at 1998 on YouTube. We're 2 away from 2,000. So here are some rare crypts, right? Hey. The doggies. Here are some rare crypts that that you won't commonly see and that are really only found through trading other hobbyists, right? And you can see these are actually quite large. This is Crypt Flamingo, which is this brownish looking one, but in the water it's actually pink, hence the name Pink Flamingo. It actually has more undertone of its, more pink on the underside of their leaves. And then on the other side, you have the Crypt Gecko Green, which is a vibrant light green color. And these aren't the only rare crypts. There's tons of other types of crypts out there. Larger, smaller, different colors and whatnot. These are just so happen to be the ones that I have on hand. So you can see here, one left alone. Like, I've left these alone for the last couple months in the tank, and I haven't moved them, and they've like literally tripled in size. So this is what happens. They get big, and they can be clumped together, as you can see. This is two variations of crypt just kind of mashed in one. yeah, this is a massive bunch of crypts. So I actually pulled this out because I should propagate it to begin with, because we have a ton of little plantlets here. Let me see if I could get you a close up of the plantlet right there. Oh, right there. That's a little plantlet. I don't know how well that's gonna show on camera. Don't forget to dislike the video. Wow. Are crypts slow growing? So yes, crypts are extremely slow growing, but the longer you leave them alone once they're planted, the faster they're going to grow. Once they really get their roots established, they start sending up leaves like crazy, but that takes a very long time. Hey, quit wiping your butt. She's wiping her butt on her pillow. Why does it smell like poop? Who pooped? Which one of you pooped? Okay, I don't know. It smells like poop down here. All them social media links so I can follow. H2O plans. Damn, Joey dropping the super chat. Here's $10. It's also Canadian, so it's not that much, but I feel it's worth it. Congrats on 2,000 subs. You didn't hit yet. It's not 407,000, but Joey, you troll. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate it. Are we at 2,000? Did we crush 2,000? 2002. Well, thank you very much, guys. Thank you for crushing that. Hey. Okay. She's good. Dropping all those links. Why does it smell like poop? Which one of you pooped? You just both went out. Oh. Ah, she pooped. Damn it. I gotta go clean that up because it stinks. Give me a second. Nothing like cleaning shit on a live stream that's getting shared by Joey. How do you do super chat? You need to be on Android or the computer to do it. Unsubbing now. Thanks. Trolls. You trolls. Where's I need a baggie. Hold on. This is what happens when you're live. Dog shit, actually. And for anybody wondering, she's still being potty trained, and that's why I have to deal with this. Finally, he is gone, unsubbed. Are these beginner plants? Yeah, Cryptocorynes are great for beginners. Let's see. How fast does flamingo crypt grow, and how big does it get? Well, it could get rather large if you left alone. And that one really sped up growth. Like I said, if you leave it alone, it grows faster. Here's the stuff I was looking for. Bad dog. She literally just went outside, so I don't know why that happened, but whatever. Alright, back to crypts. That stuff stinks. Let's see. Let's see here. Sorry, I'm going to go back. Frozen Sparkles. So I usually read this section below the stream so I can read a little about you, but it's not there. Frozen, so I just started streaming on Twitch. I haven't quite really updated it yet, but we do it every Wednesday and Sunday. We stream on Twitch. I will work on getting that done hopefully tonight. I want Canadian plastic money. Let's see. What's my name? My name is Justin, and I own this aquatic plant business. So gross. Margaret saw it and ran. Nah. Who streams on Twitch? Well, I think I might be the only aquarium YouTuber that streams on Twitch. So, what the hell is wrong with you? I also stream on Periscope, which I think I'm the only aquarium YouTuber or the only aquarium channel that streams on Periscope and Twitch. But hey, I get people coming in and they like seeing this stuff. So, let's see. I think I'm going to add getting trolled by Joey to my bucket list. So somebody wants to know how you get rid of blackbeard algae, hydrogen peroxide, and high flow, like Jake said, or Siamese algae eaters, which I just got. How do you know that's flamingo? Are you sure? Think you should Google it. It is. I know that it is because it came from a reliable source, and it is. You can clearly see that. Let me show you here. It's not bright pink like everybody shows in the pictures. I think either those are photoshopped and or they're grown under extreme conditions, probably very intense light to get that pink color, or maybe not enough light, and that's why they have the pink color. But if you look at the bottom of this leaf, it's not gonna, I mean, it looks brown on camera, but it is pink. So, let's see. I like plants, I like turtles, nice. Hello, plant nerds. What's up, Alyssa? Bye, guys. I'm going to eat dinner later. Is there any other aquarium YouTubers? There are. There's a lot of aquarium YouTubers. So let's see. I'm just going to separate this this bunch here and get these the green crypt broken up. It's really rooted in there together here. Okay, I got them somewhat separated. I also want to be careful. You don't want to break that rhizome. And the other thing with crypts too is they may shed all their leaves from time to time, whether it's a small change in your tank parameters, lighting, anything like that. They can shed all their leaves just out of the blue, and that's typically because where they naturally come from. They go through a dry and wet period where they get flooded with water, and then the water recedes and whatnot. So they have a growing pattern that will happen in your tank from time to time, and it's nothing to be really worried about. You stream is great. Also, yeah. Dogs watching you like, that's right, I'm your master. Yep. Do you recommend root tabs? I do. Root tabs are great, especially for crypts. They will help it out greatly because crypts primarily feed through their big roots, as you can see. This I literally took up from the tank, and a big, probably like 6-inch circle came up with it of substrate. So as you can see, there we go. They're heavy root feeders. They like to eat from the roots. So make sure you're using root tabs if you don't have an appropriate substrate. Oh, Dustin. What up? Dustin from Dustin's Fish Tanks. He's in here. What up, D? Crypt flamingo right here, actually. I know it's a bit dark, but it is, in fact, crypt flamingo. I know because where I got it from, it is crypt flamingo. So, Osmocote Plus is okay? It is. What up? What up, fish tank people? Looks warm in that basement. Why don't you relax a bit? Let one more button down on that shirt. For you, Joey, I might just do that, but off camera. You gotta come and see it in person. Let's see. I know you know your plants. Wish more plant sales people did. Well, there's some people that do and some people that don't. Go away, Dustin. Joey. Let's see. I had an aquarium once. The pet store sold us a pacu without telling us it'd be big. So the aquarium was big, but not big enough. Luckily, another pet store adopted it from us. Yeah, that's actually something that's interesting. I went to my local fish store yesterday to pick up some Siamese algae eaters for the tank that I'm having some blackbeard algae in that I just can't seem to get it to go away. And this couple brought in this big bucket full of just community fish. There was a couple roseline sharks and a couple other things. I was just wishing that I had my 90-gallon set up. I would have taken them all. Would have been like, free fish? I'll take them. Oh my god, Joey's getting frisky. Just be sure to close your curtains tonight. Yeah. Let's see. The whole root feeding thing was dismissed. I don't remember when, but I recently found out, although plants do take in nutrients from their roots, they primarily take in nutrients from their leaves. I don't think that's true, because how do you... That would be like saying that regular houseplants don't absorb nutrients through their roots. So you'd bury their leaves in the substrate? I don't think that's accurate. Is Money War a high-tech plant in your opinion? Nope, pretty easy to grow. A big change in water parameters can trigger the dropping of leaves or crypt melt. Yes, absolutely. So any change in water parameters, or even if it's just feeling like it. I've had crypts where I've literally done nothing and it lost all of its leaves, but it did come back. What it does is actually in that rhizome part that I was talking about earlier, and if you're just joining us, I'll explain it real quick again. There's a little rhizome section of each crypt that actually will hold some nutrients in it. So even if you lose all of its leaves, it has energy stored for it to produce more leaves. And, this crypt flamingo has actually gotten quite large. I've split this now about a couple times in the past. So I got, a pretty decent amount of plants now out of this. Came from one plant. That's all I got with this was one plant. And I only got this plant maybe about 5 months ago. And Jenny Lee with the super chat. Keep up the good work. Thank you so much, Jenny. I appreciate it. Did you get those big roots with root tabs? So in my tank, I don't use root tabs in the traditional sense. When I set these tanks up, though, I dumped a bunch of Osmocote underneath the Seachem fluorite substrate that I use, and that just allowed it to really catch those nutrients and whatnot. I will eventually put root tabs back in it, but as you can see, I don't really need it at the moment. These things are growing out of control because it was just only we moved in here in mid-March, so it was 3 months ago, and this plant has pretty much tripled in size. So it's growing great, but let's see what else. Once again, I love it. Best comment I have seen. LOL. Love the look of it, but always melts on me. Established tank. What is a good carpeting plant? I have terrible time with growing those. So couple good carpeting plants. One is Crypt Parva, which I was showing earlier. Here it is. Nope, that's not it. Where is it? Crypt Parva. Tiny Crypt. This one I actually peeled the immersed leaves off of because that's typically how these are grown. Good carpeting plant. Will take forever though, so if you're going to try and carpet this, get a lot of it, but it is a very easy plant to carpet. It just will take a very long time. Another one is four-leaf clover, pygmy chainswords, and dwarf sage, all really good to grow. Let's see. Is there anything special I should do with the Riccia other than tying it down to some rocks? Nope, that's about it. And enjoy it because it's going to grow like crazy. Take that money back, Jenny. I'm his sugar daddy. You can let it flow at the surface if you'd like. Yeah, Riccia, you can also let flow. You add more ferts than normal people do. Well, that I do. Joey is possessive. Joey's. I think me and Joey might wind up getting drunk and getting matching tattoos, or maybe he'll get a matching tattoos to call me his daddy. At Reefapalooza. My interest in plants are from competition, so crypts can be risky due to frequent transport, though they are amazing for hobby aquascape tanks. Yes, so crypts are great because there's a lot of rare varieties, and one of the local fish store owners near me, he has a ton of crypts at his home. I actually am trying to get over to see all of them because he says he has a lot of rare stuff that I actually want to look at. And see maybe I can score a couple from. They're great. They're beautiful in just your home aquarium where they're going to leave and kind of just stay where they're at. But for aquascaping competitions or moving them from around to round can be very, very tricky. Get tattoos of each other's faces on fish bodies. So I'll get a tattoo of an arowana with Joey's face on it, and Joey can get I don't know, like a rainbow fish with my face on it. At least my money is worth more than yours, Joey. I'm a better sugar mama. Was going to sleep, but then I saw you keep talking. Aw. I am terrible at stem plants. Well, we're gonna cover stem plants. I want to kind of devote, going forward, each Water Change Wednesday to a specific plant or a specific plant variation. So, like today we covered crypts because I feel like just touching on one crypt it doesn't really make for an interesting video. I'd rather touch on all of them and give you a brief overview. But there's some particular plants that I may go more into depth from time to time. Stem plants, I might do a general stem plant care, and then maybe I'll do like Ludwigia as one, Rotella as one, and a couple other ones. Although they are pretty much all identical. They have the same trimming. You trim them the same way, and they usually grow and all that. What do you think is the hardiest crypt? Well, the crypt that I have discovered has transitioned the best from tank to tank is probably either Crypt Lutea or Crypt Lucian. Those seem to transition the best. Normally with Crypt Wenditti, when I get it in from the suppliers, I have to let it transition and melt all of its existing leaves just to make sure it's going to be healthy before I sell it. And it will typically lose all of its leaves rather quickly. Where Crypt Lutea and Lucian, they may lose one or two of their leaves, but new leaves will pop up faster on those from what I've seen. But they are all, crypts are pretty hardy in general. It comes down to a lot of people, I think, when they get a crypt, they put it in their tank, it loses all of its leaves. They're like, what in the world happened? They don't know, like, it's still alive, and then they take it out. No love for Spiralis. I actually haven't, no. I gotten it in once, and it was on a special order, and because it's bigger, I didn't really have room in the tanks. But after I get the other rack set up, I plan on having a whole tank specific for crypts. Like that. Oh, wow, amazing. I'm still here. Welcome, Vicky. One thing about crypts, in my opinion, only looks suitable with Anubis, Java Fern, with a carpeting plant such as Marsilia munita. Lotus looks good too, low-tech plants, but crypts are always tricky to aquascape with. Yeah, that it is. If you forget about them, they grow. Yes, crypts are great. It's one of those, you leave it and let it be, and that is the best thing for them. Don't get finicky. Don't worry, oh, it melted a leaf. I've had plenty of crypts lose all their leaves, and they still came back. So that is key. Do not mess around with them. They're one of those plants you just want to leave it be. I used Osmocote with EcoComplete, and my ammonia was through the roof. I had to remove them. Yeah, so you might have overdosed on the Osmocote. You don't want to use too much. There's a fine line. Typically, when you're adding any sort of fertilizer, whether it's Osmocote, root tabs, liquid fertilizer, dry fertilizer, less is more. Because you can't take away you could do a water change, but you can't take it out of the water without having to do some major work. So it's best to put in a little bit, see how it goes. If everything works great, up it a little bit, see what happens. And that's how I kind of judge how much fertilizer to use in my tanks, because I overdose all my tanks with lots of dry fertilizer. I have a crypt that I've not been able to identify this weekend. I'll take a picture, ship it to you in a box. It's got straight leaves. Oh, well, thank you, Vicky. I'll definitely take a look at it. You could send it my way, and I'll see what I can figure out with it. I don't simply understand, how can one be so interested in plants? So the whole thing with aquarium plants is it's kind of like trading baseball cards to me, or like, when I was a kid, I was collecting Pokemon cards and Magic the Gathering and all that. I was that kind of nerd. And I also collect Transformers when I was in my earlier 20s. And just a bunch of other things. I also enjoy like Pokemon games because all that. So it's that whole collection aspect to it. Of like, just getting all these different varieties of plants and just seeing how they grow in the tank and how they react. And most plants, you can have a plant in your tank, and I could have that same exact plant in my tank, and they may look totally different just based on the tank conditions. So it's one of those, it's like trying to get get them to grow, whatever way you want, and just all the different varieties. There's so many, like, even, when I set up the additional 13 tanks that I have, I still won't be able to have every plant. I'll always go, I still always go to my local fish stores to see if they have anything rare that I might not be able to get through a supplier or something like that, just so I can have it and grow it out and whatnot. Let's see. I know. All right. Damn Jenny taking shots. Savage. How will Crypt do in pull filter sand? They'll grow just fine. Just make sure you use root tabs. They do work better. They need nutrients. Pull filter sand has no nutrients in it, so you need to put nutrients down in there for them. It can become fascinating. When I was a kid, I was interested in them. Yeah, there you go. I may be downgrading one of my boys to a 2-gallon. What plant should I get for a small tank with sand? So, Crypt Parva is a great one if you want to stick with the Crypt theme. Which one is it? Crypt Lucian. Crypt Lucian is another one. If you want other small plants, Pygmy Chainsword stays rather small. Dwarf Sag stays rather small. Dwarf 4-leaf clover is really good. Moss balls, Anubis nana, petite. I also have some Bucephalandrid, which is another plant that's similar to Crypts, and Anubis in certain different aspects that is also good for small tanks. Quick care of Crypt Parva, just leave it be. Pretty much all Crypts. Plant them, leave them be. They're great. They do well under low light, medium light, high light. They will adjust. You'll lose most of the leaves. Don't worry. Just leave it. Joey's is going to steal Margaret and take her to Canada. Well, maybe she could get a green card in Canada, too. That's a new face I'm seeing about Joey. His clips are not setting room for jokes. I know this question might sound dumb, but I'll go ahead and ask it just ask, is it possible to get a new plant? I mean, like, can you make one? So people create hybrid plants. Similar to the way you would do it with other plants like orchids, roses, getting different color variations and all that. People actually do create hybrid plants. They take two plants and cross-pollinate and try and get them to develop characteristics that are more desired from one plant to another. It's the same in all the other plants that you see that aren't in aquariums, and also just natural selection. So hey, ignore Facebook and acknowledge us. I'm actually just reading the YouTube chat and Twitch. We got a bunch of people in there, but I'm trying to get to all the chats at the same time. So I do apologize, but we do have we're up to about 80 people in here, I think, between all of the different platforms. She will want to escape after her first Canadian winter. Actually, she loves the cold. She'd probably do perfect up there. Unless you want to get into genetics. I think tissue culture plants are made. Tissue culture plants are... They're not just poof, and somebody just doesn't go poof and they're there. They actually take a sliver of, I guess... I don't know if it's like DNA or what exactly it is, but they take a small portion of the plant and they place it in a controlled environment, and then they allow it to grow there. So I like this format for WCW. As a newbie, I've appreciated your videos so far. Well, thank you, Amy. I appreciate you for watching. And yeah, I think this is a good format. I like this. Sundays are sometimes difficult to judge on what we're going to be doing because sometimes I'm packing plants and all that other good stuff. So yeah, I think that, because I haven't been able to really do standard videos, and rather than just always answering people's questions, I rather do topics, and then we'll get into like Q&A towards the end of the video, or towards the end of the live stream. But at least, I can bang out that informational section in the beginning. You guys can get some value from that, and then we can also expand upon that if people have input, like, people have been saying about their crypts, and throwing in their 2 cents, which works. How many orders did you get from this weekend? 60. It was a pretty good weekend. Nice. 2 were mine. I'm hyped for my order, even though I messed up and ordered too early in the to use the 50% off 50. Yeah. So I apologize for anybody that may have ordered when I put up the first sale and then the second sale came afterwards. I was actually working. So the rewards program is done through a third-party app developer, and basically they had made an adjustment that didn't allow me, because I can't just do 50% off of any order, because you could order $10 worth of stuff and the profit margins aren't there. The profit margins are there if you spend $50 or more and then you get 50% off. I still make some money, not really anything, just enough to cover like shipping it out and all that. But I was waiting for them to revert back to a previous update that they had made changes on, and they didn't do it until I think it was Saturday or Sunday, early Sunday for me, and then I was able to implement the 50% or 30% off, which kind of sucks, but I mean you still got a good deal. You got 15 or 30. What was it? 15 or 25% off. So I mean that's still typically good. So do you just what? Do you, Justin? We will survive, but Mr. Ripley had a question. It's not a big deal. I can wait. So how many capsules of Osmocote Plus should I put in a 30-gallon? So you should typically spread out the root tabs or Osmocote Plus tabs about every 5 inches from each other. So go 5 inches from the wall of the tank, place one, and then do that every 5 inches until you reach the other side of the tank. And that's typically a good rule of thumb. If you need to add more, if your tank is really densely planted where like you can't see substrate, I would plant more. But typically I would do one every 5 inches will probably do you good. This is new. Zach, well, we're streaming on Periscope. We've been doing this for about the last 3 weeks now, I think. I had 2 crypt rhizomes completely under my substrate, and they still grow. No leaves, just the rhizome. Wait, and they still grew. No leaves, just the rhizome. That's weird. Was that kind of nerd? You still are. I am. I'm addicted to plants. That makes the 2 of us. Since adding vital root tabs, my plants are taking off in my low-tech tank. So more so than when I use C-Chem root tabs. Well, I'm glad to hear that, Racing. So I'll show you all you guys so you guys know what he's talking about here. So these are the root tabs I sell. These come from my supplier that I order them from. And what they are is they are a capsule like this, right? And you can put these under the substrate. You want to put them all the way down to the bottom of your substrate. And what's inside these are actually just dirt, mineralized topsoil, some clay, and some additives in there, all natural. I can't get it open here. Typically you can get it open. It doesn't want to open for me. Oh wait, there we go. So let's see. You guys can kind of see that. It's kind of hard to get the angle. There's dirt in there. There's gold in that there capsule. So yeah, so this is basically like putting a layer of dirt at the bottom of your tank. That is really good because dirt is the best substrate that you can use for plants, hands down. It's what they grow in the wild. It's, you know, very nutritious for them. It has all the minerals that they could ever need. So using these in place where you have like a sand substrate or a gravel substrate that has no nutrient content, this allows you to inject a little bit of dirt down there, and it allows it to feed the plants, and they can absorb it through their roots and all that good stuff. So this is great for heavily root feeding plants like Amazon swords, crypts, and any plant that really doesn't grow a stem. They all pretty much grow for, use food from their roots. Another red plants are doing well in black earth substrate. Nice. Red plants like iron. My crypts are changing color from red to green. Oh, okay. Your crypts are changing color from red to green. Another red plant are doing well in black earth substrate. It could just, I mean, it depends on how long you had it. It could be maybe the plant was grown in a different environment depending on when you got it. Is there a good plant that grow like water sprite? So water sprite is interesting because it grows from a kind of like it's kind of like an Amazon sword where it puts out leaves, but it also then puts out babies from the leaves, which is it's like a Java fern. Also, it's weird. Other than Java fern, there's no plant that grows quite like that I know of. Water wisteria is kind of like it. Water wisteria will actually root from a single leaf. Will grow a whole new plant. So, will root tabs help water wisteria? Yeah. Well, water wisteria is both a water column feeder and a root feeder. They do develop tons of roots. I pulled up water wisteria in my 55 gallon when I first got the plant, and it literally, the roots span probably about 2 feet through the 55 gallon. So hybrid plants take 5 years to develop. Let the platform wars begin. If that's the case, then yeah, tissue culture plants are made because you're making a whole new plant from the cells of a previous plant. Tissue culture plants are just plant cuttings growing new plant. Bananas are made that way. They are clones. Same with avocados. Avocados all come from the same lineage. The Haas avocado that we know today. I think I got a rare cryptocorn. Cryptocorn Hudori, I guess, or Hudori? I don't know. That could be rare. I don't think I've heard of that before. So I looked it up and it said tissue cultures are made through cells of plants. I need the ring. Hold the door. Jake, give me 100% off coupon. 5-finger discount. Just send the plants to my address though. Good or bad? What? What's good or bad? What are you guys talking about? Root tabs are just plant crack. That they are. I think he just used coffee grounds. Huh? I get my sun tomorrow. I'm so excited. Sun gang. Actually, I thought my sun broke yesterday morning. I come down the stairs from our bedroom down to the first floor. I just hear this winding sound. I'm like, oh my god, what is going on? I thought it was my HVAC system that we just had put in. It wasn't that. So I come downstairs. It was one of the sun filters, completely like making this loud humming sound. It was something with the propeller. And this one has been giving me like slight issues every once in a while. I have to prime it by pushing the pump down. Only this one particular one. Out of all 5, it's only one that's doing it. And so I come downstairs. I'm like, shoot, what's going on? Like, it sounds like it's about to explode. So I'm like, I unplug it. I prime it. I plug it back in, nothing. I'm like, what's going on here? Like, not even the propeller. You can't even hear it spinning. I'm like, this is not good. I broke my filter. But I had to run to work, so I kind of just left it. I unplugged it and just left it alone. I'm like, all right, no filter, whatever. It'll be fine. It's just plants in that tank. And I came back, and I'm like, all right, let's see what's wrong with this. Because I was like, I'm going to have to order a whole another sun. And I really don't want to do that because with the new aquarium racks, I don't need them. So I was like, I don't want to spend $90 on another sun that I'm not going to need in 2 or 3 weeks. So I just wound up plugging it back in and it just started spinning, and then I primed it and it was good to go. So I don't know what was going on, but yeah. Daniel Woodruff says 47 watching, only 18 likes. Hit that thumbs up. Yeah, hit that thumbs up. Smash that like button. Thumbs down till Margaret gets on the stream. She's upstairs probably watching her shows or something. I don't know. Woo, I'm your 2000K subscriber. Thank you, Jenny. I appreciate it. Yeah, we actually went down a subscriber. We had 202 before. Somebody unsubscribed. Not cool. I've been growing water sprite off the same plant for 2 years now. Yeah, water sprite is one of those you literally only need one, and that's it. It'll continue to grow for you. Although I did learn mystery snails eat water sprite. Let's see. I love water sprites and wisteria. They grow so fast. That they do. I would also look at hornwort and anacris. All really fast growing plants. So Crips, good or bad? The verdict, good. It is really good. You just got to know that they will occasionally melt their leaves and just leave them be. Don't mess with them. It's VBUI in the house. Oh, what's up, VB? Avocado are grown from grafted, totally different process than banana clones. Oh, is it? Well, yeah, I know that they're grafted. They take like a branch and put it on another tree. The bananas were grown the same way. Crips are heckin' good. My AquaClear 20 quit today, but I'm going to try and take it apart. Damn AquaClears. What do you use in the filters? In my filters, I don't have anything other than ceramic media, and I actually took out all the coarse pads because they were filthy. But I don't use any kind of coarse sponges. I just let the try to settle on the substrate. The plants absorb that. It's nutrients for them over again. The filters are literally there just for water circulation. So that's why in the new setup, I don't have filters. I have aquarium pond pumps that are going to sit in one tank and pump up to the next tank. Going to overflow down to the bottom tank and rinse and repeat. Have you had any experiences with Cryptocoryne cordata balesi? Any tips on growing them? I personally have not. I do actually think I can order them from my supplier, but I have not. But most crypts are all the same, so it's best to just leave them be. If you're having particular issues, let me know. Maybe I can help you outside of this, but pretty much the same stuff. I usually have problems with aquariums, really. I only hear good things about them. Hey, I followed you on Twitch, YouTube, and not Facebook. I hate that place. That's alright, Frozen Sparkle. Make sure you follow me on Instagram if you're on Instagram, because, yeah. On 3 of them, the impeller cropped out. Damn. Am I your biggest duckweed fan? I think so. I think that may have been the problem with mine. I'm going to mess with it when I move into my apartment later this week. Nice. Green algae is eating my house. Help. What type of green algae? Does Ludwigia repens do good in hard water and a pH of 8.5? So 8.5 might be a little high for it. I've never had it in high water parameters like that, or high pH like that. But Ludwigia in general is Ludwigia repens in general is a pretty easy plant to grow to begin with, so I'm pretty sure it'll do fine. You may want to order, typically, like, I would recommend order like 1 stem or something to test it out, but if you have more stems, you may lose, 2 or 3 of them, but you may still get 1 that survives, and that 1 may be able to be propagated into several. So, crypt and hairgrass is okay for the same tank? Yes, sir, it is. Crypts are great with every plant, but you do want to realize, though, that their roots can get rather large, like I was showing earlier with this crypt flamingo here. Yep. Dripping water all over my pants. That's all right. So you can see here how big these roots can get. So you typically want to try and space heavy root feeders out, because when you have them all clumped up together, the roots can actually suffocate each other, and that can harm the plant in the long run. It's not something that you'll notice right away, but if you have your tank set up for a couple of years, their roots can eventually get matted, and both plants could actually die, or whatever the case is. So I would just keep them far away from each other and let them, fill out in general. Why would green algae be growing on my lid? Probably because water's hitting it. I would look if you have some kind of air pump that's blowing bubbles up or anything like that. That could be it. Let's see. I'm planning to go on a 1-month vacation. Nice. Will my duckweed be fine without care? Yeah. Duckweed is herpes. It doesn't go away. Yeah, duckweed can cover a tank in 2 weeks. You will want to net them out. That is true. I have duckweed in my 55 right now that I need to clear out. Instagram, the feed is going to go down in about a minute. I'll bring it back up because we still got another almost hour worth of stuff. Do you have any blue Homo sapiens? No, I don't have any blue Homo sapiens. I love anacris. It is actually one of my favorite aquatic plants. It grows fast and lush, and is versatile. Only downside is if you have hair algae, it is annoying to remove. Yeah, it could be. Great info. Natural light versus LED, in your opinion, and any benefit to fish versus amphibian. Do you keep any? So I keep fish. And natural light versus LED. Well, I use LEDs on my tanks down here in the basement, obviously because there's not much natural light down here. And but natural light can grow plants just as well as long as you have it in a nice sunny window. I have vases upstairs that have plants in them, and they grow just fine in those. Is there a safe amount of hydrogen peroxide you can add to a tank without moss that won't kill the moss? Not that I know of, but the best thing to do is spot treat with hydrogen peroxide. Don't do a broad treatment. You don't just dump a bottle of hydrogen peroxide in your tank. Take a syringe and actually inject in the areas that are infected. What's causing my Java Fern leaves to turn yellow? So Java Fern goes through a similar process that crypts do, where they will melt a lot of their leaves when they're transitioning from tank to tank, or just a water parameter may change. They're very sensitive to that, but they will grow back and or produce babies off those leaves. So I typically leave all Java Fern leaves until they are brown or black, and then I remove them. But even yellow leaves will, will grow new baby plants. I think if you net out duckweed, you should give it away for free, but buyer has to pay shipping. Well, no, because here's the thing. The moment I put duckweed up on the site, people buy it like crazy. So I'm waiting until I get my shipment in tomorrow of a bunch of plants. I'm going to throw it up there, and there you go. Best plant to suck up nitrates. So you got several. You got anacris, water sprite, water wisteria, anacris, hornwort, duckweed, dwarf water lettuce, frogbit. Pretty much any fast-growing plant is going to be a great nutrient absorber or nitrate absorber because they're going to grow so much faster than like an anubis. If you have an anubis or even crypt, if you have those in your tank, they're pulling in nutrients, they're pulling in all that waste, but they're not going to suck it up nearly as fast as a Ludwigia repens or a anacris or water sprite or anything like that. He streams Wednesdays and Sundays, by the way. Yes, so we stream, I don't know, did anybody ask? We stream Sundays and Wednesdays. Typically we start around 7 p.m. Eastern time. Sometimes I'm running a little late, but usually I will stream at some point, maybe 8 or 9 before I get on, just because we did buy this house recently and I'm still running around doing a bunch of things. Those washer and dryers back there need to still be hooked up, and I got a ton of other things that I still need to do. So people buy duckweed to feed their goldfish. Yes, it's great it's great goldfish feed. I think some other fish may eat it as well. Stag says, "How are you, Justin? H2 Army. Hello all. What's up? Are you going to be getting water lettuce tomorrow?" So water lettuce I don't order. My suppliers actually don't have it. I grow it from a single batch that I got over 2 or 3 years ago. That's still going. I actually lost a majority of it because I left them out of a tank too long. They were literally just sitting in like one of these buckets on the table there for probably about 4 days, getting no light at all and no water movement and nothing like that. So they wound up dying on me. Luckily, there was one left in the 55, so it's slowly coming back, but I have to clear out all the duckweed because there's no room for it to grow, and the duckweed is out competing it, obviously. The other thing that we should probably touch on Crips, I know it's late in the video, but Crips don't like Flourish Excel. Flourish Excel will cause some Crips to melt their leaves, so if you use Flourish Excel, use it in small dosages if you have Crips in your tanks. Flourish Excel, if you don't know, is a carbon substitute that kind of is... kind of like injecting CO2, but it's not as efficient, and yeah, so it does tend to kill some Crips, so be wary of that. Okay, so I have a good light. I'm adding Excel, but I can't manage to get rid of hair algae. What kind of hair algae? Is green hair algae? Is it clado algae, which is like it's like a filament algae. It almost feels like string. Like actual string, not like it's slimy, it's stringy, I don't know. It's very textured. He was just letting, he didn't ask, I was just letting him know. Okay. I should have subscribed to your channel a long time ago. Great info. Well, thank you, Johnny Moore. I appreciate it. Take your shirt off. Super chats on DIY King. Well, Joey likes to troll me, so I had to troll him. Let's see. Okay. All right. Whoa, did not know that about Excel. Weird. Yeah, so Excel also will kill vowels. It will basically... Oh, and anacris. It doesn't do well with anacris. Excel is a algicide, so it does help kill certain types of algae. It also, because the algicide component, it also targets fast-growing plants. So things like anacris, jungle val, and stuff like that, it will kill. You will have to get a fig leaf to cover up the man nips. That was so funny. Excel will also kill jungle vals. Yes, it will. Let's see. or use API. I use it like crazy on my tank. Crypts are growing like crazy. API CO2 booster won't melt plants. Okay, so there you go. I've actually never used the API CO2 booster, so you could try that. Not in my case, anyways. Yeah. And so, True Dogs is saying that you can use API CO2 booster, and that will effectively work as a carbon substitute if you don't want to take the plunge into CO2 injection. It explains how Flourish Excel sometimes functions in aquarium. Still a lot of mystery with the thing. It's glutaride at the core. Yeah. So I don't personally like using Excel after doing some research on it. Not the best thing. I feel like, to be handling and all that. So I tried to stay away from it. I do have CO2 injection, but you could still use it. I have a setup. I have just set up a tank with a 88 Amazonia light. My Amazon Sword's new leaves are red veined. Why is that? It's probably just getting a lot of light, which is perfectly fine. I don't see. I don't think that's a problem at all. Andrea says it is green and slimy, the algae. So, Andre, send me a picture of it. Because it sounds like it's green slime algae. There's a brown slime algae and green slime algae, and it's just like, when you pull it out of the water, it's very slimy to the touch. That can be a wide variety of things. You could be overfeeding, you could have too much light, your tank can not be cycled. So we could kind of try and nail it down through DMs, if anything. Hello from the other side. I know it's old, but that's all right. The other side? What's the other side? The other side of the computer? Let's see. Ludwigia cuba is sensitive to Excel. I haven't heard that, but I guess it could be. It's very possible. I dose Excel every day, and my Val and Anacris, and have Val and Anacris doesn't kill mine, but maybe I'm just lucky. So here's another thing that kind of happens with plants. They can become immune or adjusted to certain types of chemicals. So what I typically recommend is if you're going to try using Excel in a tank with valves and Anacris and Crypts and all that, if you do it in small dosages at first, the plant will actually start to adjust and be able to tolerate it. And then you can work it up to its normal dosage. And you want to do that over the course of weeks to months. And after several weeks and months, you could probably dose those Excel at full dose, and it won't harm the Excel or the valves or the Anacris or Crypts or anything like that. So plants are very adaptable. It just takes time. It's not one of those things that just happens like that, but you have to work your way up to that. Let's see. I not like dry ferts. Excel is poison. Well, dry ferts is different than Excel. Excel is a carbon substitute. Dry ferts are a mineral content. They're nutrients. Excel is not nutrients. It's a carbon substitute. It's CO2. What's the difference between API, CO2 booster, and your liquid fertilizer? Should I use both? So same thing. CO2 booster is a form of CO2. It's carbon dioxide. It's not minerals and not nutrients that the plant utilizes. It's you gotta think about it like this. This is kind of the analogy that I always tell people. If your tank was a car, your light would be the engine, your gasoline would be the nutrients, and CO2 would be like injecting nitrous oxide into your car. The nitrous oxide makes it go faster, but without the gasoline and without the engine, you can't go. So without the light and without nutrients, you can't grow. So no matter how much CO2 you have, you need the available photo radiation coming from the light. You need the available nutrient source to allow the plant to build. If you haven't seen my video on fertilizers, I explain it with Legos. You need the building blocks to allow the plant to build itself. So CO2 booster is the same as Excel. Yep. Myrto, yes, you should. CO2 booster resolves the carbon, and you need a lot of other micro and macronutrients. Yes. Less light hours, more floating plants. Best way to get rid of algae, but it takes a month or two, not an overnight fix. That is correct. You can't. Typical algae problems will not be solved overnight. It does take time, hence why these two tanks have not been able to. I've not been able to sell anything out of, because I have two types of algae in there that I don't want you getting in your tank, or at least I want to limit it as much as possible before I start selling plants out of them again. So I'm taking my time and getting rid of it before I send out plants from those tanks. Brothers in Arms says, hey, I really want to buy some plants from you. Well, you can do that if you go to h2oplants.com and go check out what we have listed. Right now, we're really limited on stock, but tomorrow I'm getting my new plant order in, and it's one of my biggest to date, and there's a ton of plants in there, so you can probably find something that you're looking for. You could also be notified if there's a particular plant that you want. You can go on the website and go to each product that you want and put in your email address, and as soon as I click update on the website, it sends you an email and lets you know, hey, this plant's in stock. Buy it up before somebody else does, because those go fast. I know that the fertilizer you sell is okay with fish, but is it okay with shrimp? Yeah, so it's perfectly shrimp safe, but what I will say is anytime you use anything with shrimp, because they are super sensitive to certain things, start off in small dosages, the same way I was explaining with carbon, with vals, and anacris. Start off with like a quarter of the dosage. They'll be fine. They'll work their way up. Then you could up it to half the dosage, then 3/4, and then a full dose over the course of a couple weeks. And the shrimps will build up a tolerance to anything that may hurt them if they are sensitive to it. Some shrimps are completely fine. Some may not be. But rather be safe than sorry. So start off with a low amount, and typically that is just fine for them. What are good algae? Just like antidepressants, huh? When you're using multiple ferts, should they be added all at the same time or days apart? It really depends on the fertilizer regimen you're doing. I'm dosing my nitrates or nitrogen on one day, and then I'm dosing all my other fertilizer on the other day. So that's iron, macros, and all that good stuff. Actually, I'm dosing phosphate and nitrogen on the same day. I'm dosing iron and all the other stuff on different days. Just sent you a picture. All right, nice, Andres. I'll take a look at it after this. Let's see here. You told me that, I think. I told you that Cuba might not like Excel. I don't remember that. Maybe I did. Could have been something. Maybe it was something that I read. Recently I got a red tiger lotus from you, and you gave me a bulb with about 15 small leaves on it. Doesn't have any roots, and it floats. What should I do to plant it in the substrate so I can grow roots? So, Austin, what I would do is, if you have a couple small rocks, I would take the bulb and I would kind of just wedge it in between the rocks, not like overcrowding it or even the substrate. You can bury the bulb just slightly, but leave where the top of the plant is coming out of it. Leave that exposed. Don't bury that, and at least leave half the bulb exposed. Another way you could probably anchor it. You could probably tie something around it and weight to a rock and drop that, and that'll sink. Typically they do sink, though. That's weird that it's floating. It may have too many leaves. You could also trim some of the existing leaves off. Just be very careful. They're delicate, and then it'll probably sink. I'm sorry, say again how I am notified if a plant I want comes in. I accidentally pulled my earbud out when you started talking about that. So if you go onto whatever product you want on the website and it's out of stock, there will be a little thing there that says notify me when it's back in stock. All you do is enter in your email address. It's not a mailing list. It's not like you're going to get spam mail or anything like that. I don't even do a newsletter. But it will automatically send you a notification when it is back in stock. So as soon as I hit that update button on the website, and it goes and it gets put in stock, you get, if you subscribe to 6 different plants that you're looking for, and 3 of them go in stock, you'll get 3 emails saying this plant's in stock, this plant's in stock, this plant's in stock, and you can click and go to it, and that way you get notified before it sells out. So, which minerals are needed? All of them. A plant needs a lot of different things. Nitrogen and phosphates are the top 2, but it does need iron, copper, zinc, a bunch of other ones. So you just can't get away with doing one. You could. I mean, plants can grow without adding nutrient source. They'll get it from, feeding your fish and stuff like that, but they're not going to grow nearly as fast, nearly as colorful, or nearly as well if they don't have the right building blocks. Think of it kind of like how you would grow out a fish. If you're trying to get the fish nice and fat and colorful, you're going to want to feed it good food. If you're not feeding your fish, it's not going to look healthy. So same thing with plants. They'll grow. Plants will grow without fertilizing, but they're just not going to grow as efficiently or as healthy as they should. Thea says, God bless you and your family. Well, thank you, Thea. I appreciate it. All the new site updates are great. I appreciate that. I'm glad you like it. I'm working on a subscription box as well for all you guys that are in here now, where it's going to be, I'm still deciding how I'm going to do it exactly, but it's either going to be 1 to 3 months, or you may be able to choose the frequency that you want it. The price point is going to be somewhere between $25 and $40. I haven't exactly decided. And every month you're going to be able to get pretty much what I'm like thinking in my head is you'll get like 3 different plants to try out. You'll probably get 3 of each plant. So like if you think about it, 3 pieces of Anubis typically sells for $5 to $10 depending on the retailer, right? I sell most of my regular small portions for $5, my medium portions for $7, and anything above that is usually special order. So say you subscribe to that plant box, you may get 3 pieces of Anubis, and that's $15 right there, and then you may get 3 of another plant that maybe is $4 each, so that's another $12. So you're already at $27, and then you'll get another product or plant or maybe root tabs or Vital formula, because I will be introducing smaller bottles of Vital very soon. So you'll be able to, if you have a small tank, you may not necessarily need the huge bottle of Vital that I sell, and you may just want a smaller one. So I'm going to be stocking, I'm trying to do 250 milliliters, which is a quarter of the size, and then I also want to do half the size, which would be, or no, I'm sorry, the bottle I sell now is 500 milliliters, so I want to do half the size, which is 250 milliliters, and then I may do a very small one that's like 100 milliliters. So moss, algae, or mine experience. I don't know what you're trying to say. You should really always stock moss. It's easy money because everybody wants it and it's fast to grow. So I am Keith. I do stock moss, but the second I upload it to the website, it's sold out. So actually part of the process of updating and getting all these new racks down here, I will have 2 or 3 tanks devoted to just growing out mosses and just growing out floating plants, because those seem to be the ones that I have the hardest time keeping in stock. I may also be raising the price slightly on them to lessen the demand, or at least, if I have them priced so cheaply and so many people are buying them and I can't keep them in stock, that doesn't help. So if I raise the price point a little bit, that may say it may not be as a high demand, and then more people will be able to get it that actually want it. So it's kind of a win-win. And yeah, there's tons of plants that I put up on the website, like floating plants, dwarf water lettuce. There's 10 people at least. I mean, I haven't even checked it today. Seems like 3 or 4 additional people sign up for that email me on dwarf water lettuce, and I don't have enough. Like, I wish there was somebody that was selling a ton of it, because I'd buy it all. Hi, good night, pretty aquariums. Thank you, Peter. Do you have any moss that grows in high temps? Java moss might. Let's see. How do I know what fertilizers I need to add and when? The best thing to do is just put them all in there in small amounts. Don't overdo it, and just let your plants do it. Do what they like, absorb what they need out of it, and then do a water change at the end of the week. That's typically what most people do. It's called EI dosing. Or you can use like my Vital formula that I use, which the Vital formula is an all-in-one solution. It has every basic mineral that your plants could need in a low to medium tech environment. High tech plants typically need a little bit more of some other minerals that aren't in the Vital formula, but I do actually have the Vital X formula here. I just haven't, I'm rebranding it, or not rebranding it, but I'm rebottling it. I'm giving it a facelift. I don't like the blue bottles as much anymore. I'm switching to a black bottle. I'm going to get labels made up a lot nicer for them. and then the Vital X formula is going to be coming out, and that's going to be for the high-tech variation of Vital, and that has additional iron, additional boron, I think it is, and a couple other minerals that high-tech plants really prefer. Tried that one and turned brown. The only other ones I can think of maybe is Riccia, which Riccia is kind of like a moss. It's nearly as bad as duckweed, but it does grow like crazy. And maybe Subwascar Tang might work. How high temperature? Java moss shouldn't turn brown from temperatures unless it's like 88 degrees. Yeah, I've had my 55 gallon up to I think 88 or 90 degrees when I was treating ick for the first time, and my Java moss survived just fine. Put the seed on top of the substrate and put a rock on it. Yeah, that would work. Is the Kleiner Bar sword you sell the same as a red flame sword? I have a red flame sword that looks similar to that. So red flame sword, actually, the way the red flame sword looks, if it's a real red flame sword, is it has splotches of red in it and a dark green leaf. So the leaf itself is dark green, but it has splotches of red scattered throughout. The Kleiner Bar is a full red leaf when it grows, and then it turns to a dark green as it ages. Let's see. We'll be cycling with my 180 with plants in a few months when I'm done building everything. Should I wait to use CO2 or first until cycling is done? No, I would put it in right away. Let the tank situate itself with all that. If you get it set up and you let the plants go in there and then you add in the stuff later on, you're gonna. It's kind of like recycling, but not recycling. Like, I don't want to say recycling the tank because then you might think, oh, it's going to recycle my filter. It's not, but it's going to allow it. Basically, when you add in CO2 and nutrients for the first time, you're most likely going to get algae, and that's just because your plants aren't used to having that available to them. So it's going to take time for them to really be able to amp up and consume everything that you're putting in there, because usually you're going to overdose. You're going to put in too much fertilizer and too much CO2 that the plants can't utilize it all. So algae is going to grow to utilize it. And then eventually the plants will outcompete the algae and the algae will die off. So what's the most beautiful plant for a tank? That's really up to, what you like. Discus love Riccia. They ate most of it. Should lotus leaves be trimmed? The only time I would trim lotus leaves is when they're too tall and you don't want them, at the top of your tank, or they're getting too broad. But also, trimming the plant often is good for most plants. Trimming off old leaves or dying leaves, it's good to keep your tank or keep your plants well maintained. Does Vital have all that I need, at least for low-tech plants? It does. You can use CO2 and ferts while the tank is cycling. Yep. Yes, there's all on fertilizer. Justin, have you ever had your singed Baleem melt all the lower leaves? If so, did you do anything to fix it? They were fine for the longest time. Yeah, mine actually did that same exact thing, and I don't know why they did it. I'm still trying to figure that one out. I don't know. Could be. I think those need a really high level of CO2, I think, and I just probably in the tank I didn't have too much CO2 for them. So yeah. So when are you gonna hire a carpenter to build those racks? Black bottle. Way to copy Colin. Nah. Well, I might do a white bottle. I don't want to do a clear bottle because people have been getting the water mold growing in the bottle, which is completely harmless to the tank, but still, I don't like, if I could prevent that from growing by switching the bottle to a solid color rather than see-through, I'd rather do that. So it's either a white bottle, a black bottle, or a gray bottle, and I don't want to do white. I mean, I guess I could do white, but I don't know. Black would look nicer, in my opinion. Plus, my root tab's already black, so I want to keep up that theme. Bought 2 portions from you, and it's slowly disappearing. Then one day I saw them munching away. Oh, damn. I guess I need to get some discus then to get rid of all the Riccia that I have all over the place. Why do some of the leaves get holes in them? Is it a lack of nutrients? It very well could be lack of nutrients. It depends on what's going on, but yeah. So jealous of your basement. They aren't commonly built in my area. Ah, Mr. Science Geek. Yeah, you probably live in like Florida or Texas where they don't build basements. I almost moved to Florida a couple months back, probably like 6 or 7 months ago. I almost decided to take this whole operation to Florida, and they didn't have basements there, so it would have been kind of a pain. Make the bottle green for plants. I don't think they make a green bottle. Let's see. Oh, we went up to 2,004 subscribers, so we're up on YouTube. Let's see, container. What was the store? No, container store. Is this it? I think this one's it. Yep, this one's it. Plastic containers. So, why doesn't it want to load pictures? Load pictures, come on. Do black. Thanks for the info on the bloom. I upped the CO2 and we'll let you know if that helped. Yeah, just be careful, Ryan. Don't throw your tank out of whack just because one plant. Florida suck and it's sinking into the ocean. Snoop Dogg probably has a green bottle. Love the root tabs, bro. My swords are growing like crazy. That's awesome to hear. Yeah. Make sure you replace them every 3 to 6 months, depending on, you know, how you got to really look at your plants. Like, it's hard to give solid advice with that stuff because your tank's going to be different. Your plants are going to consume faster or slower. So just look at your plant. If you notice that it's starting to stunt growth or anything like that, then you need to do that. I found a vendor on Etsy that sells Amazon Frugbit and dwarf water lettuce. She is in Brooklyn. Maybe you can connect with her for starter plants. Maybe. Florida is so hot and the well water is the worst. Yeah. So let's see. They have clear, amber, blue, green, natural, white. That's it. They don't even have black. Yeah, they have white. I don't really like the white though. What's natural? Eh. Green. See, they don't have a solid green. It's all see-through. I would like to get my custom green color made into a bottle, like the H2O green or the H2O blue into a bottle, but that costs a ton of money for them to produce a custom color. I had a ton of dwarf water lettuce, fed it to a Severin, the Severins. I can get more, Justin. Oh, well, let me know. How often at most to use liquid fertilizers in a planted tank? So I would suggest once every 2 or 3 days. So usually 2 or 3 days, 2 or 3 times a week. But it really depends on how planted your tank is. So if you have a ton of plants in your tank, you're going to want to put more nutrients because there's going to be a lot more consumption. But if you're just starting out and you only have like 5 plants in there and it's very bare, you don't even need to use that much because they're not going to consume all of it. Unless you have super fast growing plants, then you want to add in more. I'm late again as per usual. Well, Jasmine, you better go back and watch from the beginning. Catch up. Jake is Justin's twin brother from another mother. Yeah. Natural, let's see. Natural is like it looks almost like a clear. I want a different bottle. I want black. I think I want black. I don't like white. Maybe I'll do white. I don't know. Black. Yeah. Plastic bottles. Let's see. I'm looking at a different website. Yeah, they're all about the same thing. It's either white, black. The other colors are still see-through. Let's see. He has the sweet beard and I have the sweet stash. God, porn stash. She won't watch streams back. She's a fake fan. I was expecting 2,000 subscribers tonight, and Joey shouted your channel out a lot. Well, we're at 2,000 subscribers. Joey's the man. DIY Joey? Yep, DIY Joey. He was in here earlier. Yeah, him and Justin have a real good rapport, it seems. You know what it is? We could just joke around with each other, and I don't think either one of us got butthurt. So it's good. It's good to be able to joke around with people. Some people get too butthurt when you say certain things. Me, after dealing with Margaret, though, I have what? Oh, hey, baby. What's that? Underwears?
Envelopes.
Oh, envelopes. Thank you. I appreciate you. They do have aluminum bottles. I could always do aluminum bottles. Oh, those are really small, though. 800 milliliters. Or no, 8 milliliter. Or 80 milliliters. That would be really cool, though, if they had a... but then that would make the bottle more expensive. But that would be super cool if I did aluminum. Oh, 20K I meant. Oh. Nah, we're not gonna get up to 20,000 like that. I can maybe see 500 people at that, but do you have any good planted tank reads, or do you just like trial and error? I do pretty much trial and error. I see what works, and yeah. You almost got caught. Margaret will make you real butthurt. Bottles of what? So I'm looking for a different type of bottling for the Vital formulas, just because when it's clear, it has the chance of growing a water mold, which is harmless to tanks and fish and all that, but still doesn't look good. Like seeing like a white floating thing in the bottle. I typically don't like that because some people don't store it in like a dark place. So yeah. Justin, tell your girlfriend you aren't gonna fire me for trolling you constantly. Underwears. You will, man. Look at the plant guys. What's up, bro? What's up, Sergeant Take? Hashtag fish fam. What's going on? Let's see. Oh, also another thing. On top of doing Vital X, so that's the high-tech formula, I will also be doing Vital in a bigger size soon, so you'll be able to get, it's going to be the equivalent of 4 bottles for the price of 3, so you get a free bottle out of it if you want to order it. Do a small batch of aluminum priced accordingly as collectible, like Corey would. Corey does that? Corey has an aluminum one? How are the catfish? What catfish? Oh, are you talking about Sergeant Tanks? Let's see. I don't think they make an aluminum bottle big enough, though. I only see 120 milliliters. All my girlfriend says is stop trolling him. One day he's going to decide it's too much and fire you. What's the difference going to be between Vital X and Vital? So, I will give me 1 second. I'll bring up the breakdown. Honey, where's she going? No, why you gotta... She pooped again on the floor. Damn it, why is she always doing this? Give me 1 second. What did you do? Bad dog. I know when she's doing it. Bad dog. She keeps eating stuff that's bad for her stomach. No more toys that you can eat. Let's see. Doggy cleanup, yep. Where guppies your first fish? No, my first fish was a goldfish that actually started this all. So let's go to h2oplants.com. Let's go to Vital. Okay, so oh, and if you guys have Vital, if you could review it on the website, now you can post reviews to each product. You actually get rewards points every time you review a product. So that'd be cool because Vital has no reviews right now, and same thing with root tabs. Would be awesome. Let's see. So Vital has. Come on. Okay, so the Vital formula has 1.34% nitrogen, where the Vital X formula is going to have 3% nitrogen, so it's more that. Phosphorus, regular Vital has 0.10%, and the new one is going to have 0.80% or 0.8%. Potassium, it has 3.9. The new one is going to have 9.4. Iron, it has 0.08. The new one is going to be 0.47. Let's see. The manganese is going to be 0.06 compared to 0.02 right now. Copper is going to be, copper's at 0. There's going to be a small trace of copper in there, but it's not enough to hurt shrimp or anything like that. It's a fraction of a percent. Boron is the other one here. Boron's going to be double the boron, but it's still a small percentage. What else? CO. I don't see CO on this one. There's another one, CO. I forget what CO is. I have to ask my supplier what that is. Mn is magnesium. That is up by another 0.04%. Mo is molybdenum, and that goes up a fraction. Zinc goes up actually zinc is less. Oh no, zinc does increase slightly, small percentage. So it's primarily extra nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, and iron are the main added. Is Vital your version of Thrive? Same concept? Yep, pretty much same concept. Ryan, that link, that's the same exact thing that I'm looking at. I'm trying to get something a bit different, though. I'd like a different style, but I don't think I'm going to have it. Let's see here. Let me go back. Have you found out any companies to do shirts and towels? So I actually looked at a couple sites online, and I did find somebody that does hand towels. So when I do that that subscription-based plant package that I want to do, whether that's in a month or two, or it might be 3 or 4 months away, I want to have kind of like 4 months lined up before I even like roll out the first one. But when I do, the towels is going to be one thing that's going to be a part of that. T-shirts are going to be another one. I may do a T-shirt every 3 months that you are subscribed. You may get a free T-shirt, and the T-shirt's going to change every month, or not every month, but every time. Whenever a free T-shirt would come out, it's going to be different artwork or different thing, and all that good stuff. So, hello from Toronto. Welcome, Jeff. Go black with a metallic silver label. I don't like the metallic silver. Probably same thing as Thrive and Thrive Plus. Only one has been more concentrated. Vital X has more Brondo. It's got what plants crave. Thrive Plus has GH booster. I think could be wrong. I'm not sure what Thrive Plus has. What is in Vital that makes my skin burn when I happen to spill a little? Or am I just weirdly allergic? I don't know. I mean, it does, if you, like when I mix the formula, because I mix it here, I get the dry formula and then I mix it. when I mix it, if you just leave the liquid in the bucket, it does like harden into almost it looks like a hard candy, like sugar almost, and that could be it. It's something that does that. I went to dose it today and had a little splashback onto my hand, and for some reason I burned, but like an idiot I stuck my hand in my tank and it was fine. Nah, it doesn't have GH booster. Awesome setup. Thank you, Peter. Some people are allergic to phosphate. That could be it. Jake, post a review. My boss made me say this is the best fur on the market. I might get Vital for my girlfriend's tank, though she doesn't steal any of my dry furs. That's true. Yo, Justin, why are Iron Chalet and Furious the only dry fur that Colin separates into 2 bags when you order a pound? I don't know. I think that's just how he has the package, because you don't need a pound of either one of them. I have a pound, or no, maybe I have half a pound of bags. They last forever. You don't nearly use as much as that as you do everything else. I have a 90-gallon with guppies, 1 die every day. My parameters are good. What could it be? It could be some sort of disease or parasite, possibly. I would maybe try and look at symptoms, see if you can see anything. If you have a parasite that's affecting a guppy, it dies, and you don't take out that guppy right away, it affects other guppies. That could be it. Could also be bad genetics. There's a wide variety of things that could be. I would start looking up like a disease or something like that. Because they don't want you to OD on iron. Yeah, no, you like order a pound of iron and it comes in 2 half-pound bags. I don't know. Guppies are duckweed organism form. Yeah, that and Ricky or animal form. Yep. Alright guys, we got about 9 more minutes left of the stream, and then I'm going to be wrapping it up. So if you have any other questions or anything like that, feel free to ask now. I want to thank you all for checking us out. Be sure to like and share the video, and as always, subscribe to the YouTube or whatever platform you're on. We just hit 2,000 subscribers, so that's awesome. Let's see, what are we up to now? Still at 2006. Or, well, I guess we were at 2004 before, so we went up to. So we are good. Oh, you know what I just realized? I've been making so many changes to the websites over the last couple days that I took out the shipping from the About Me section, and I never put the shipping back in there. Oh, speaking of shipping, so I adjusted the way you choose heat packs and ice packs now. They're actually an add-on item that you put in your cart when you check out. It's actually, you can find it. It looks like a flame or an ice or snowflake symbol. 2,000 on just YouTube, right? How many total? Well, 2,000 subscribers on YouTube. Then we have almost 10,000 on Instagram, and I think we're at 3,000 on Facebook. And I think we have like 10 on Twitch and 2 on Twitter. I don't. Twitter's the forgotten platform, but some people might prefer it, so I like to help out. Have you been to longhairs.com? No, I haven't. I'm afraid to find out what that is. Northscape Aquascaping called Bolivian Rams electric blue rams on his Instagram story. Yeah, electric blue rams are clearly different than Bolivian rams. Let's see. Is someone in my house using a microwave, or is that the stream? That's the stream. Margaret's upstairs cooking something. Hand towel, great idea. Yeah. Hopefully we get it going. I mean, I'll probably order some for the shop, but I want to kind of like debut it in the monthly subscription box that we're gonna do. How long does it take for duckweed bud to fully separate from parent. I think it just does it within a day or so. I don't think it takes that long. No, it's real. A couple guys made it. They have long hair. They are hair ties for men with man buns or long hair. Oh, that's cool. I might check them out. Long hairs, huh? Longhairs.com. Why is my Shopify admin not working? Jake, can you get into the admin? Because it won't let me into the admin. So somebody caught the website earlier. I was working on adjusting shipping rates and stuff because of one of the updates that I want to do, and they they set in their order, and for some reason, whatever code I was editing didn't allow shipping to be charged. So they used the discount code that they had. So they got the order for free plus free shipping. I'm like, oh well, you lucked out. You lucked out. You just scored big time. So. From someone that loves duckweed, what other plants do you recommend, Justin? Hornwort's really good. And Nacris is good. I did magic and took over and took away your admin status. No, I got in now. Now I'm in. Let's see. Oh. Online store. Heard it on a podcast I was listening to today. Nice. I'll check it out. Shipping info. Oh, okay. So now I just have to add this to navigation. Add menu item. Okay, there we go. Shipping info is saved. How many plants come in a grab bag? Well, typically you get, the $50 package, you get $50 worth of plants. Typically I actually throw in a couple extra. You'll usually get anywhere between like $50 and $55 worth of plants. So, it's good stuff. Yeah, Red Roof Floaters is good too, but most of it died on me. It's coming back though. What up, Clark? How's it going? Aside from CO2, interaction, or I'm guessing injection, how critical, detrimental are high KH levels? I'm not too well versed on KH and GH. Like all that well. Like I know enough about it, but I haven't dived into the real like stuff having to do with it. But I believe KH and pH may affect nutrient absorption by plants. Your dog is very cute. Oh, thank you. When you get the shirts and hand towels, will you ship them to me? Craig, you're overseas, right? I may be able to work out something to ship those overseas because it's just plants that's tricky. Dry goods is something that I could typically. I could probably ship Vital overseas if somebody wanted it. It's just gonna cost a little bit more in shipping. I am cute, Neon. You're cute. There you go. You're cute. Ooh. Let's see. Alright, guys, we are about at that time. What are these people commenting? White duckweed is dead, right? Yep. What is your favorite crypt? I like Crypt Flamingo. It's one of my favorites. I can't wait for H2O shirts. Yeah, me either. I'm trying to get them before Reefapalooza. And if you guys are going to Reefapalooza, be sure to go and say hello to me. I'm going to be giving away free stuff, hopefully, if they're all right with that. I actually messaged them today. I'm like, hey, you know, I'm not going to buy a booth, but can I, you know, give away free stuff? Joey's messaging me. Let's see. Ludwigia Cuba would have any or have a way to get it. So, Ricky, I actually... I don't know if it's still going, but I do have it. I'm waiting for it to grow back. So I should have it soon, hopefully. Because I typically don't sell stem plants until they're converted over, because they're they don't do well. Hey, sorry, it's called the long hairs. Okay, ginger ale. Yep, ginger ale. Oh, bunch of messages. Hold on. H2O shirts. I need one of those. I love Fish Fam swag. I think I already read that one. You should get a whole bunch of mangrove roots for Reefapalooza. I don't know if I can. Yeah, Ricky, just you could actually, Ricky, you could go to the website, right? Go to h2oplants.com. Look up Ludwigia Cuba because it's on the website. It's just not in stock because I don't have any yet. But you could actually put in your email where it says notify me, and as soon as I put it in stock, you'll get an email saying, hey, it's in stock, and you could go and get it. Because once I put it in stock, it's going to sell out really quick. So I do recommend for those that are looking for stuff. What the hell is that thing? What the hell is that thing? There's like a huge ass bug on the floor. Holy shit. Hold on. What the? No. Leave it alone. Come here. Leave it alone. Leave it alone. Leave that bug alone. It's freaking huge. There's like this huge beetle on the ground. Because I don't believe in killing anything, I'm going to have to try and get it with a... Like this. Walter, here you go. Holy crap. This ain't working. I need a piece of paper. 1 second. There's a huge ass beetle on the ground. It's a giant Jersey water bug. Is that what it is? I can't even. It's playing dead right now. I'm gonna go put it outside. Give me a second. Actually, should I take a picture of it? I feel like I should take a picture of it. Can you guys, if I shine the light? No, you can't see it. Yeah. It's huge. This thing's freaking huge. Alright, well that was a big beetle. Thing was literally like the size of my finger. I just saw it crawling out the corner of my eye. I wonder where the hell it came from. It's weird. Smash it on the like button? Aw. Let's see. Are you guys gonna stock shirts for fat men like me? I'm gonna try and order everything between kitty small to 2X probably. How's it going? Just stopping in to give my love and support. Sadly, gotta work, so I can't enjoy the live stream. Have a good one, Fish Fam H2O Army. That's okay, Kyle. It's a rat. Nah. House centipede, dude. That. They are scary as shit. It wasn't a centipede. It looked like a beetle. It's a rat centipede. Biggest Alaskan fan gets the swag. Jersey water bug. I wonder if it is a Jersey water bug. Let's see. Because it was big. We're in Jersey. No. Kind of, but no. It has like two. It looked like it had two brightly colored blotches that looked like giant eyes. Why would Crips be bad? They aren't. It's a misleading, clickbaity title. Do we get to see the mouse? It was big. Hold on, let me see if I can find it. Big beetle in house. Let's see. I'm sure I can find one. Kind of looks like this. What is this? Click beetle? Click beetle. Maybe that's it. Click beetle. Images. Yeah, look. It looks like a click beetle. What the hell is a click beetle? Yeah, it was a click beetle. It's on your shoulder. No, it's not. Don't say that. But yeah, all right, guys. I'm 10 minutes over. Appreciate all you guys for stopping by. I will see you guys on Sunday. Be sure to check back tomorrow for the stock update. When will Amani and Grosales be back in? I don't have good luck with that plant, Blake, but I can order you some probably special order if you're looking for it. Message me if anything. I get it immersed, so you'd have to let it transition in your tank. Typically when I put it in my tank, it doesn't do well. So, but if you want it, that's fine. It's going to lay eggs in that beard probably. Alright guys, I'll see you guys on Sunday. Thanks for hanging out, enjoying the live stream, all that good stuff. Like and share and subscribe if you're new. Hit that bell notification. And I will see you guys later.